Okay, so you still think this is about a flu bug, coronavirus? They've locked down the country for how many months now? 4. And the rest of the world's free. Europe's back to work. Europe's out moving around, traveling. Asia's back to work. China is back to work. Thailand, bars are open, restaurants are open. I go to Thailand a couple times a year. I lived there for a long time. I'm thinking of moving back. Joe Rogan's leaving California. I'm thinking of leaving also, but thinking of leaving the whole country. I can't believe this flu bug is hitting the U.S. worse than every other place in the world. Why is that? It's because of our politics. Because people want to remove Trump from office. That's all that's happening right now. Do you still believe in this stuff? Do you believe in the bug? Do you believe in the mask? I don't believe any of it. Not a word of it. Take a look at this on my page today on Facebook. New York State Bar Group calls for mandatory COVID-19 vaccinations, regardless of objections. If you read the article, you'll find out this is not just for New York. This is countrywide, U.S.-wide. And in case you don't know, we are currently living under martial law. I also posted this link to a YouTube video about the PrEP Act, the Public Readiness and Emergency Preparedness Act, which was passed into law in 2005, 15 years ago, and was made the law of the land officially on March 1st, 2020, a few months ago, when President Trump declared a national emergency for C-19. This is the law. This suspends all your constitutional rights. This suspends all your rights. You think you can claim you have constitutional right to not be tested, to not have the vaccine? They call these countermeasures now. In the text of this PrEP Act, you'll find that. This is law now, as of March 1st, 2020. We've been living under this for 4 months, 5 months, almost 5 months, March 1st. So any countermeasure deemed worthy of fighting this national emergency by the government cannot be refused. It's a federal crime to refuse to be tested or have the yet to be developed COVID vaccine for a yet to be identified virus. There's no proof. There's no proof this virus exists. It's never been isolated or filtered in the lab. Do some research. No one can prove this thing exists. No one can prove masks do anything except harm you, make you breathe in your own exhalation, makes you suffocate, and you're still out there wearing masks. So, what can you do? Go back to work. Go back to your life. Stop wearing a mask. Travel. I know it's painful. They're making it almost impossible, but it's not impossible. I'm planning my trip back to Thailand right now. Seattle's falling apart. The idiot Democrat mayor has tweeted that if federal troops are sent in, she's going to fight them and try to get them arrested and removed. She can't even protect her city. How's she going to stop federal troops coming in? Same thing in Chicago. They said they're going to stop federal troops coming in there. They can't even stop the murder rate. They can't stop the crime. How are they going to stop federal troops? With what army? The Seattle police chief issued a memo over this weekend saying that the police can no longer protect businesses in Seattle. How would you like to own a business in Seattle? We can't protect your personal safety and we can't protect your property. We're the police. The Seattle City Council voted to take away pepper spray from the police and any other non-lethal weapons. So instead of going in there and shooting everybody to death, the Seattle police chief has said we can no longer guarantee your safety or protection in the city of Seattle. What is our country coming to? These idiot Democrat mayors are doing anything they can to remove Trump from office, and that they're holding us hostage. This is terrorism. They're terrorizing our cities and our states with this lockdown, with not taking care of their cities and keeping law and order, hoping that people will finally have enough and say, okay, let's get rid of Trump. It's terrorism. Using force and intimidation and terror to get their political agenda across. That is the definition of terrorism. Look it up. So Seattle is saying they can't protect their citizens or their businesses, and mandatory vaccines are coming for a bug that doesn't exist. And you're still wearing masks. Don't wear a mask. Go back to work. Go outside. BLM's raised over $1 billion. Are they doing anything to support black lives? No, they're not. They're a terrorist organization. They're a Marxist regime change organization. And they're using all that money to fund terror in your cities. Stop sending them money. Stop supporting the companies that are sending them money. Let's get this country back to where it's safe and we can have a real discussion about how to live in this country again and get along with each other. I mean, this is ridiculous. I'm ready to leave and not come back. And I know everybody says, oh yeah, if you don't like it here, leave. Hey, this is my country. I don't want to see it go down the tubes. This is the greatest country that the world's ever seen, with the greatest number of rights and the greatest freedoms. And we're pissing it all away. Let's try and do something about it. Stop listening to the news. Every day, COVID deaths. I posted so many articles about the deaths the cases, the deaths, everything, the infections, they're being mistakenly reported. There's news articles every day if you look for them, if you dig for them. This thing doesn't exist. They don't have a test for it. They can't prove it exists. No one's ever isolated in a lab. They don't know where it comes from. And now they're discussing giving you a modified RNA vaccine that will change your cell structure, could change your DNA. And they're going to mandate that. It's going to be compulsory. They can lock you up if you don't take it. And if you don't make your kids take it. They can take away your rights. They can forcibly inject you. They can tie you to a gurney and inject your arm legally. And you have no right to fight it. This is already the law right now, as we speak. I'm asking on all Americans, not just Republicans or Democrats or Libertarians. I don't care what you are. You live in this country. You're American. I don't care how you got here. I don't care where you came from. I don't care what race you are. I don't care if you're legal or not. We have to stand up for our rights. We have to work together. We can't let the political divide destroy this country. I don't care who's president. I really don't. I'm not pro-Trump or anti-Trump. He doesn't run the country, obviously. If he did, we wouldn't be in the state we're in. And you think it would be any different if Hillary were running the country? It would be the same. It's probably run by the big banks, by the Federal Reserve. They call the shots. They decide the money supply. They decide the quantitative easing. They pour the money into the economy. It's not up to the president. Do you really want to destroy this country? To change who's the president, whose name is on the desk? Who cares? Stop wearing masks. Get back to work. Let's be productive again. Stop allowing these Democrat mayors and governors to destroy your cities and your states. Stand up. Do something about it, please, before it's too late. This is Crazy Horse. Thank you.